Maiar versus Yggdrasil 1v1. I just put capture rage back. Okay, it might be 2 times the speed. So let's go. And I guess that you are inside, Leif.
Yep, looks like we got a Mayans war.
Yeah, yes, in fact. I definitely know that Maya is not great with meso-civilizations, unfortunately. But let's see, maybe in 1v1 it's gonna be fine. Anyway, looking at the strategy, there is no reason why Maya would work not that great with Mayan.
Yep, I'm pretty sure through the skirmisher rush they will work just fine.
Yeah.
Mines have that good eco, it should help a bit.
Yeah.
It's just the transition after the skirmishers.
It's maybe relative to the pocket, meso
Right.
pocket, when it's team game, maybe that's the weakness of Maya.
Yep, so if Maiar can get to Yggdrasil early, it's got the hills on the left side. You can use those to its advantage. And let's see, where's Redstone? It's in the back, so that's nice and safe for Yggdrasil.
Yeah, I agree. Well, in case the trash doesn't work as expected for Yggdrasil, it can potentially build a few towers to defend while trying to research Castle Edge as fast as it can. And as Mayan, it should go for eagles. If the trash doesn't work as expected, of course.
And Maiar's placing this first lumber camp at a decent spot. It could be a tile closer, but that's a good forest for it to go on.
Yeah, it definitely could have been better. I'm assuming that it should build another lumber camp, maybe in a better position. And I really like the map of Yggdrasil, with the stone and the gold at the back, potential good forest at the right of the TC. It's not bad.
I agree.
Well, the second lumber camp is fine. It could have been a bit better.
Yep, that looks
but
good.
It's okay.
So it looks like we got both AIs about to get to the feudal age at the same time.
Yep. Oh, we've got Kenny Twist, who is around. Hello, guy. Okay, so let's go for the trash. Yggdrasil side. A bunch of wolves are trying to help Maya. Actually, 4 wolves, which are pretty aggressive.
Almost as like this is Gold Rush.
Yes.
Alright, let's see. So
okay, already 2 villagers dead for Yggdrasil. Okay, the tower is built. So let's see what's gonna be the reaction of Maya, which is actually doing...
knock it down.
Well, the Maya's reaction is actually good.
I'm glad to see that the villagers are aggressive here.
Yeah, in fact, that's pretty important.
We got some skirmishers entering the battle.
Yep, that should help.
Let's see, is Red's Eagle Warrior gonna do anything? Looks like it's just exploring.
Yeah, we've got an equal civilian population at this point. And, okay, so at this point the trash failed. Yggdrasil is building a few towers to defend the town center.
And that could be effective against Maiar, let's see. Oh, and Maiar might be going on the other side of the forest.
Yeah, we've got one new attempt of a trash from Yggdrasil, let's see.
Looks like Maiar spotted it.
Yep. And I don't know if this is the reason why the units went back home, Maiar side.
Yep, the defending the town with TSA. Of course, it's not TSA, it's just defending the town. You're not actually attacking
Yeah, this is
the
right.
opponent.
So Yggdrasil is not too far from researching Castle Age at this point. Let's see if the towers can protect the economy.
And Maiar's killed 2 villagers, red. About to be 3 here. And I'm not sure that I like red's villagers going aggressive against that many skirmishers.
I agree with you. Well, but it made the units busy.
Yep, we'll see what happens with Castle Age if it can make Eagle Warriors to defend against the skirmishers.
Yep, it definitely can work. At least it will need a bunch of Eagles Warrior. We've got the second barrack.
Looks like Maiar's about to switch to the Castle Age here.
Yep,
Mining gold for
crossbows.
archers or Eagle Warriors.
Yeah. I don't know if it will go for eagles. Crossbows, I'm pretty sure it's the case, but eagles, I don't know. Oh, we've got a TC, which should help a lot Yggdrasil.
And it's sending the skirmishers away, it looks like. You got some Eagle Warriors coming in out for red.
Yep.
Not gonna kill off enough of them though.
Yeah, Maya is eventually in a good position.
We got crossbow coming.
Yeah.
For blue.
That might help. Yggdrasil needs to improve, to upgrade the unit.
Yeah, especially the infantry armor for the Eagle Warriors.
Okay, we've got a siege workshop. We should see a mangonel soon.
We got a battering ram coming from blue.
And okay, we've got bot in a row for Maya. The defensive towers are not really effective, especially against the elite skirmishers. And we're still waiting for the mangonel, which is not coming.
Meanwhile, the ram is knocking down the towers.
Yep, we should have a reaction of the villagers in case the ram is attacking the TC.
We got a mangonel for red.
Rams is gonna be attacked as soon as it's attacking the TC, and let's see what the mangonel can do.
Ram chasing down the mangonel. Is it going to go down? Yep, crossbow's got it.
And Maya is having more than the double the population of Yggdrasil, so
Yep, I think the match is decided at this point.
yep.
More rams coming for blue. The town center should go down soon. The one on the edge.
Oh, it's retreating just because it is researching Imperial Age, despite the fact that it has a edge domination actually.
Yep, sometimes you can continue attack that's actually better even though you're advancing to the next stage.
Yeah, it requires a bunch of conditions. It's sometimes useful, in fact, to retreat while researching the next stage, but in this situation it wasn't useful.
Right, it's most useful when you're not sure that you'll be able to win with your Castle Age units against your opponent, and so going back allow you to upgrade them and then come back for a new, better attack. But I don't think most of the soldiers for Maiar are going to be going down at this point.
Yep. Yggdrasil does have the opportunity to kill a bunch of villagers. If the eagles eventually come to attack the villagers, it's gonna be the case. Yep, soon.
Yeah, that's a... seems like an aggressive town center from Maiar.
Okay, the villagers can't garrison anymore, so this is a good opportunity for Yggdrasil to kill a bunch of villagers, but anyway...
Arbalest's research and Maiar's coming back.
Yep.
No bracer yet.
That might be the ultimate assault. Wow, so many rams, man. That's crazy.
Yes, wow.
Okay, I think that's
You can't even see them in action.
Yeah, the rams just scared Yggdrasil.
Yeah, you see the chat message, the tree of life is eternal, but you still gotta resign the game. Alright, good game one for Maiar.
In fact. Good job. Okay, so 1-0 for Maiar. It's a good start in the long way. Well, the first game was quite...
I'm happy to see it seems like Maiar has good responses to Trushes.
Yep, it will make the set much more interesting that way.
I know that Yggdrasil does pretty well in team games with the sling strategy, so we'll see how Maiar handles that.
Yeah, that can be interesting. The way Maiar is pretty aggressive can work, of course. I think that the deal is gonna be to kill the flank slinger as soon as possible to be able to play in a 4 versus 2. But let's see. So here we go for the 4v4. I think that it's a mistake, man. I need to restart. It's not supposed to be 4v4, it is supposed to be 2v2.
Yeah, just habits from the previous rounds.
Exactly.
1v1 followed by 4v4, always.
Yeah.
Not in this round.
Yeah, and in this round it's pretty important to make it in the good order because it's the best of.
Yep, it's pretty important to. It just it makes the matches more even to go in this order.
Yep.
It's kind of like home and away that different sports do. Alright, so we've got Celts and Huns. Both of those should be pretty good at civs for Maiar. Celts with the faster wood cutting should be good for the skirmishers.
Yeah. Yesterday, Maiar was Celt. In the game it won against Barbarian, if I'm right. The 3v3.
Hmm. Yep, so I think we'll see some good results. Huns and Celts for Yggdrasil, on the other hand, I don't see a lot of bonuses relating to towers. Huns might be able to get to the towers faster, just slightly, but that's about it. Of course, wood cutting for Celts always helps, but it helps out with skirmishers a lot more.
I agree. Well, the case for Yggdrasil against Maiar is the way it will be able to build the first towers in a safe position. I mean, the later the tower is detected by the enemy, the best it is for Yggdrasil. It can be interesting to see if Maiar is still pretty aggressive with his villagers against the Treasure, when the Treasure does have more than 2 towers.
Right. I think at one point Yggdrasil in the last match had 3 towers up, but the villagers had already started targeting 1 or 2 of them.
Yep.
But if Yggdrasil can get 2 or 3 up before Maiar can react and find them, that could be a deal breaker and help them win the match.
Yep. We got...
So looking at Maiar, Blue decided to put both of the lumber camps at the same spot, which could be dangerous, but his map is pretty good overall, a little bit close to the edge of the map.
Yeah, I agree with you. In fact, it's overall a good map anyway.
Alright, we see red coming out, followed by wolves once again.
I have to say that I really like the position of the red first tower, because it might take a long time for the villagers to reach that tower.
And yellow has 4 wolves trying to kill off the villagers, but the scout is trying to help out.
Wow, the second tower is really aggressive from red.
Wow, and not even in range of the first tower.
Yep. Okay, the second one, well, the third one is gonna be in the range.
Yellow's having better luck though. Both of the towers so far are out of range of the LOS of blue.
Oh, yep, and we can see a lot of bones. It was attacked by many wolves once again.
Alright, we'll see how blue responds to, looks like 4 towers for yellow.
Yep. And we can see that we've got a 4th tower from red.
Besides that aggressive tower from red, we're not seeing any villagers attacking the towers at this point.
Yeah, after the first, the tower close to the lumber camp, for some reason the villagers were not aggressive against the other towers.
I wonder if we'll see the villagers get aggressive once the towers get closer.
Yeah, that's possible.
But Yggdrasil does go about the same radius, just goes clockwise or counterclockwise around the town.
And Maiar does have a small advantage in the score, but I think that at this point Yggdrasil is in very good shape.
Alright, we're finally seeing some response from green at the tower by the mining camp.
Yeah, I think that you're true about the behavior depending on how far is the tower from the buildings. It looks like red just stopped pushing. It's now just focusing on the economy.
Alright, blue's going to the castle age, so that should be good for blue.
Yeah, it definitely needs siege workshop as soon as possible. Let's see if it's gonna be a priority for blue. Barbarian, for example, would have gone for siege workshop and 2-3 rams. And here we go for 2 TCs and 1 more archery.
Okay, we got a single knight, but no extra armor upgrades, so those are not going to do much against the yellow towers.
Yeah, that's a waste of units and at least a waste of resource, of course. Oh, we got a siege workshop, which is really forward compared to the towers. I don't know why it goes for a so fast siege workshop.
Yeah, if they actually send a villager to build it, that'd be good. Seems like villagers are able to get to that point, but it's cancelled by the time they reach it. Oh, there we go.
Yep, eventually.
So at least we'll get a blue siege workshop up, and maybe we'll get some rams going in. And green is responding with some knights.
Yeah.
No siege workshop yet.
Blue is not too bad. It does have actually the same amount of villagers than yellow.
Yeah, I think at this point, the towers didn't actually kill that many villagers. It's just keeping blue and green from having too many soldiers.
Yeah, look at the kill ratio, man. It's incredible.
Yeah. Alright, we got an attack coming from yellow.
Yep, and we've got a +1 attack. Scalbarding.
I wonder if Maiar needs to join the outpost meta, where you build a whole bunch of outposts to detect if the enemy is going towers.
Yep.
Because it really does seem like Maiar does well if it finds the towers in time, but once enough towers are built, it gets too scared of them to send villagers against them.
Yeah, I think that just add outpost to Maiar and it might work pretty well, just like the rival did, because the rest is just civilian militia, the strategic number to fix, and that's okay.
We don't see any pikemen. We got green research in pikemen, and green's finally training some. I don't know if blue is able to train them yet.
Yeah, blue stays with crossbows.
And you got some spearmen coming finally to respond to the knights.
Well, if green goes for 1 ram or 2 rams and kills those towers, he would be fine at this point.
Yep.
It does have a decent amount of civilian population, more than 100. It started trading.
Alright, a ram from red destroyed one of green's TCs. We got a castle going up for green, but not in the best position. We got rotavators from yellow. And guard tower researched.
Oh yes, it's in Imperial Age, I didn't notice.
But still, no rams from green.
Yeah, no extra rules for rams. And green is managing to survive a bit longer.
One good thing for Maiar is that the trade is not being disturbed yet, so at least there's some gold income.
Voilà.
But blue is definitely struggling.
Yep. Well, the game looks over anyway. Oh, we got a second castle which is in a better position for green. Which is researching Imperial Age. It's interesting to see that Maiar managed to defend not that bad eventually against those forward towers.
Alright, that castle's up as yellow and red are both attacking at the same time.
Elite Wood Raiders.
Red's got Paladin.
Yeah. Well, in this game Yggdrasil wasn't attacked. The few units it lost in the early game was just the villagers trashing, but the economy was safe. So
other than the villagers not attacking the towers, Maiar actually defended pretty well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm surprised.
But it just spent so many resources on soldiers that just died against the towers. And eventually Yggdrasil was able to advance faster.
Well, at some point, Yggdrasil, Maiar was like 4 kills, which were 4 villagers killed, and like 84 dead units in the feudal age. So of course
it's hard to
Maiar
come back
suffered
from
a lot.
that.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to come back, in fact. Impossible. The score is 1-1. So now let's see how Maiar will manage to play against a sling strategy. Regarding what we saw in the semi-final between Yggdrasil and Tribal, Yggdrasil managed to be pretty strong in 3v3 and 4v4. Maiar has a very close strategy with Tribal, so let's see if Maiar can do something better than Tribal did. Wow, I love those civilizations, Frankish, Persian and Mongol. So, in the west of the map we've got the Yggdrasil side with Frankish, not Frankish, Persian pocket. So the Persian is gonna be double slung by the Frankish and the Mongol, and other side We've got the Mongol, which is gonna be pocket. I think that Armelon would have preferred to have a Paladin civilization as pocket, of course.
Yeah, Persian's about as good of a pick you could get for Yggdrasil. Paladin Civ with good eco.
Yep. And let's see what it can do with a double sling. Yggdrasil can be a beast in this situation. Well, the Maiar Mongol pocket is not too bad, of course. Maiar will go for knights, and Mongol does have the knight full upgraded with Shen Barding, Bloodline, etc. So it's definitely not bad knights.
Right, just lacking Paladin.
Yep. Yeah, it will need to switch for another unit in the early Imperial Age. Well, Maiar does know how to play in Imperial, so we can have some Mongolai, of course, and probably camels, which might be pretty important against the opponents, which will go for cavalry.
So I'm curious to see if the flanks will attack the other flanks from Maiar. If Maiar will attack red and purple, or if they'll attack yellow.
That's a good question.
I think that'll be important in this match.
Yep. I think that Illuminati, for example, did work pretty well against Yggdrasil because, if I'm right, Illuminati tends to attack someone without many towers, so it targeted the pocket. It can be interesting to see if Maiar can do it. I'm not sure, but let's see.
Yep, the greens only found red at this point, and blues only found purple. So I suspect they'll have to go for the pocket for the flanks at this point.
Yep, it did find yellow in case it targets the pocket. Let's see.
Ah, yep, blues found yellow now.
So at this point we've got Yggdrasil reacting with villagers attacking the skirmishers, like it happened in the 1v1 won by Maiar.
It's distracting blue and green while they construct some towers, but certainly is not helping yellow, which relies on its flanks getting a lot of resources.
Yep. And blue is eventually retreating.
Looks like blue's retreated.
Yeah. And the red villagers are eventually doing a good job. They killed so many skirmishers. And Tilly is actually targeting red.
Against villagers, getting the archer armor upgrade would actually be pretty effective.
Yep, I agree with you. But anyway, Tilly is here. But yellow is...
With the Cameler too.
It looks like yellow is eventually targeting blue.
Looks like green is switching to some spearmen. And is blue doing the same? It's got a couple.
Yeah, I think that's definitely what it needed to do. Red can be in a big trouble because yellow is just mirroring red and focused on blue. At least the strategy.
Yeah, might be what yellow needs to do. I'm not sure.
Well, regarding the strategy of Yggdrasil, if Yggdrasil spends time to defend the alley, it would be a big mistake. So just kill one opponent one by one is the way Yggdrasil is made. Actually, it's killing blue.
Yeah, blue is dying faster than red at this point.
Yep. So the two Frankish are almost out of the game. Well, it's weird
Green's
to
in
see
Castle
that
Age.
Teal just stopped attacking red. It's a shame. Yellow is not wasting time. It's actually targeting... Oh, it's targeting green. Okay. And Teal does have camels, which definitely can help against...
Yep, and Teal's helping out his ally, which will be really important here. Or Teal is attacking red. It seems like green's attacking red at the same time.
Yeah, a bunch of coordination here.
But yellow's knights are slowly killing green's villagers.
Yeah, it's doing a good job. But green does have some pikemen, a bunch of crossbows.
Yellow's getting chainmail. Or got it. Kind of curious. Okay, yellow's got some pikemen, so it'll be useful there.
Yep. And pikeman with chainmail, actually, for yellow.
Yeah, and green's hurting here. Yeah, Teal really needed to help defend his ally at this point. But I think Maiar's strategy is to attack the enemy instead of helping the ally.
In fact.
Alright, here we go. Big match of the pocket versus pocket. Let's see if Teal can have enough camels to drive away the knights.
Well, regarding the military population, I would say that it's gonna be pretty hard for Teal to counter with the swords.
Yep, I agree.
And well, purple is fine and keep sending so many resources to yellow anyway. Yellow, okay, yellow is already researching paladins.
Teal is well below 100 villagers at this point.
So yeah, we've got the paladins finishing the work.
Green's gone. Blue's still technically alive. Actually has almost as many villagers as Teal right now.
Yep. But it does have 4 TCs, man. Blue 4 TCs.
Good for blue.
Yep.
But
it's a good start to...
needs a bit more military to beat yellow, but I am pleased to see the rebuilding rules for blue.
Yes. 5th TC, man. That's turning a great
Yep, that's what you do when you fall behind and you're not being disturbed. Just get into the game, back into the game as fast as possible. And Blue's asking Teal for food.
Of course, he needs food, because he needs to make the 5 and soon 4 pieces busy.
Yep, but no TCs can be busy anymore.
Yep. Okay, decent resign rules for Maiar, that's a good point. And the score is actually 2-1. And let's go for the 4v4.
Yep, I'm curious to see how Maiar will do with the 4v4. Because double sling with just one pocket is different than having 2 single slings.
I agree with you. I think that the 3v3 is probably the best setting for Yggdrasil. And fortunately for Maiar, it's gonna be the lonely 3v3.
Because yesterday we saw the 3v3, Yggdrasil beat Treble pretty easily, if I remember right.
Yes.
But the first 4v4, Treble had a much easier time defending. And it turned into easily the longest game of the day.
Yeah, this is right.
So we could see Maiar having a better reaction in this 4v4.
I'm pretty sure that Maiar could have won the game lost by Tribal yesterday, because I'm really confident in the way Maiar can reboom. It's especially what Tribal did pretty bad yesterday. So here we go for the 4v4. At least civilizations are pretty important. Well, we've got Frankish, Chinese, Korean, and Saracen.
And Chinese.
Chinese and
Yep, so each of those civs should be fine for Maiar. Yggdrasil gets Koreans, but it's not a tower game this time.
Yep. Well, Chinese is a good civilization as pocket overall.
So Maiar gets Franks and Saracens as pocket. The Franks are certainly a good pick. Saracens are a bit awkward without Cavalier. But they have some pretty good camels, and if they can get into the Mameluke, that can be really strong.
If I'm right, Armelon did complain with Maiar being Saracen in a previous round, pretending that Saracen is not a good civilization for Maiar, if I'm right. Let's see.
Then Yggdrasil gets Koreans and Chinese as their pocket.
Yeah.
If Koreans go for a pure Cavalier, it won't be terribly strong, but it can still be pretty good. But if Koreans can get into a whole bunch of war wagons, that can be really hard to beat.
In fact, that's a pretty strong civilization in Imperial. I just noticed that Yggdrasil as Chinese probably had a bad start. I guess that it had some troubles to find the early chips, and that way it lost the whole advantage of having a bunch of more villagers in the early Dark Age.
Right, Chinese, in order to take advantage of their villager bonus, you have to get food early. Yeah. Otherwise, because you start out with no food, you can actually fall behind if you don't find it quick enough.
And it looks like Teal has a worst start. It's actually not researching Feudal Age, still in Dark Age.
I'm not sure what happened to Teal.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad start for Teal. Well, looking at the boar, which was far from the TC, well, the two boars were not in lured in a good situation for teal.
Well, we'll see if the Chinese can do some quick work here.
Purple does have the resources to research castle, and that's it. Okay, here we go for yellow.
And blue just now found red, I think.
Yeah, he might. Well, it officially did find red, but for some reason it's targeting maybe another player. No, it's eventually coming back home.
Not the best start for either Maiar flank.
Well, I'm just realizing that it's a 4v4 between Tribal and Yggdrasil yesterday. Tribal had Frankish as pocket and did a lot against Yggdrasil. So I have faith in this Frankish pocket Maiar side.
So we got teal was trying to attack. We got some orange villager defense.
Well, but it's already a lot of knights, both sides for yellow and for purple, which are actually pushing the opponents and hurting the economy.
Yeah, but let's see the response from green and orange and green and gray.
Both
we got some knights
already,
coming from green.
Yeah, they went for a too stable strategy both.
I think aggressive pockets will be good for playing against Yggdrasil here.
Green is not too bad. It managed to have the same amount of military population than yellow, which is slung.
Gray decided to pull out its knights from Blue's town for a while. Got a few more knights coming from green.
Yep.
But they're not making much headway into orange. Orange just has too many towers.
Yeah, in fact, it's costing the units. At least it does need chainbarding, especially because of those towers. Other side, purple is doing a great job sending non-stop the knights on blue.
Yep.
Purple looks to be unstoppable. And I think that Gray is not able to mass the units, which are probably lost one by one too early.
Yep. Looks like green has switched almost completely into camels and doesn't have blood mines yet. And that's gonna hurt.
Yep.
Gray, of course, doesn't have to research blood mines because it can't.
Well, we've got pikemen now for purple.
Same with yellow.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty hard now for the Maiar's pocket. They definitely can't help their flanks.
Yeah, it seems like Maiar flanks, the pockets are mostly booming at this point.
Yeah, it does have a decent amount of villagers. And well, purple and yellow are very close to research Imperial Age.
We'll see who gets to Imperial first. I suspect that Yggdrasil will get to Imperial first, and they
At
will.
least it started to research. It's gonna be the case around 37 minutes.
Green is a few seconds behind. I mean, gray. And we'll see when green starts to research Imperial.
Oh, purple is already targeting gray.
Yep, looks like it might be too late for gray to feel military to beat off purple here.
Yeah, 35 units for purple. And the rams are coming.
Yep, gray had a castle going up, but it's too late.
Oh. Well, it might be built eventually.
And yellow's attacking green.
Okay, gray eventually finished the castle. But the rams are already coming, and we've got cavaliers. Okay, the rams are targeting the castle. And we've got the war wagons which are coming.
Meanwhile, the yellow's basically right at green's town center. The castle went down for gray. You got war wagons coming from purple.
Yep. And orange is researching Castle Age. Same for red. Okay, so score is actually well, 3-1 for Yggdrasil.
We got the 2v2 coming next.
Exactly.
Is that right?
Yep. 2v2 is the next, then 4v4, and a potential 1v1. And that's it. Green is refusing to resign. He is asking for food, but who can give food to Green at this point?
Yggdrasil can.
Yeah, it could. It's a part of its strategy. Okay, so let's give a hand anyway to this game. And let's focus on the next one, the 2v2. So here we go. Well, Frankish and Persian.
Alright, we got Franks and Persians.
Yep. Tonight we've got a lot of Paladin civilizations.
Too bad there aren't any pockets. So of course Maiar needs to win this match to stay alive. The next 3 matches, of course.
Exactly. At this point, it won the 1v1. It shows that it does have the good behavior against villagers trashing.
So I think the key here will be whether blue and green can detect the towers coming in.
Exactly. Without outpost. With outpost, it would be quite easier. Yellow already found blue. Checking which would be the best position for a first tower. I think that red didn't find green at this point. Let me check. Oh, yep, red didn't find its opponent. It's coming back.
All 4 players are exactly even on villagers.
Yep. I think
That's good to see.
If red doesn't find its opponents, there is here a real opportunity for Maiar.
Oh look, green stole a whole bunch of red sheep.
Oh, yep, the red sheeps are gonna tell where was green. That's it.
But green never found red. Let's see if green's so close to red. Is it gonna find him?
Yep. Green needs a bunch of chips to find the opponent. Okay, so red is coming. Ooh, the tower is gonna be found by green.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah.
Villager defense, which Maiar definitely needed.
Yeah, it's
But
already
yellow is undetected, it looks like.
Yep.
Blue has seen the tower, but villagers aren't... Okay, villagers are now coming to attack. Maybe.
Oh, the green scout just killed 3 villagers, which were attempting to escape. Red is coming back
so
once again.
Let's see, where is red gonna try and build? So red's trush failed, but yellow's is successful.
Yeah.
This will be a really interesting match to see if green can be strong enough to beat red.
Yep.
We could see it turn into a 1v1. Nice, we see yellow with the palisade around the tower, although it trapped its villagers inside.
Yes, this is right. It's just sacrificed. Well, the tower is walled because it was not protected by the other towers when it was built. Now I'm assuming that green did find red. Well, it did. Green definitely needs to do something.
Green has not found red yet, which is why it's not attacking.
Oh, it didn't find. Wow.
Nope.
Well, it explored a zone in which we've got actually the second lumber camp from the red player, but I guess it wasn't built when it was explored by green.
So this is a big blow for green, for Maiar, not finding red.
It's a
because
shame.
pretty soon red will get to Castle Age and start training knights, I think.
Yep.
At least green isn't trying to kill off of all yellow's towers. Because that would be a waste.
Yes, in fact.
Alright, green is getting close to red. Let's see. I have noticed that scouting for Maiar hasn't been the best in these matches. I don't know if that's due to using a lot of deer luring, so the scouts don't have as much time to scout around. But good news is that green has finally found red.
Yeah, eventually.
So I bet they'll attack once you get to Castle Age.
Yeah, it's really surprising that green had so big trouble to find its opponent. So once again you can see that the kill ratio is terrible for blue. And green, okay. Green is eventually attacking. That can work against TC, quite exposed. We've got crossbows, which can help a lot against the knights.
Green has some knights also.
I think that red can lose its wall villagers trying to build that TC. It's probably what is gonna happen. So let's say that red is already dead. Unless green move its units.
Yeah, red's now at 15 villagers, which is super surprising. Sending every single villager to the town center.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's hurting a lot. And okay, so Maiar is actually taking the lead, but this is the moment chosen by yellow to send its military on blue.
Looks like green's sending some of its soldiers to help blue.
I think that it's not to help blue because Maiar doesn't have any help rule. It's just because it was probably targeting the yellow's towers, I guess.
Yeah, maybe it decided that red is dead, which is kind of true.
Yeah. It's TSA.
Yeah.
But well, it's lucky because it's working.
Also, look at blue's villager count. It's almost as good as green and yellow.
Yep.
Despite all the towers.
Yeah, this game is turning great for Maiar.
It shows that a Trush is basically an all or nothing strategy, at least for AIs. Alright, one yellow tower down.
Yeah, the only reason why yellow is still alive regarding the impressive military population of green player is those bunch of towers which need to be destroyed by green. And red is zero population. And we've got guard towers, that way it gives some delay more for yellow before being attacked. The tower is having more HP.
I'm waiting to see how they react to the palisade wall tower. If they use CSA, it should attack the palisade walls.
Yeah, it should.
Unless the palisade wall's priority is set super low.
Yeah. Actually, I think that the knights are just trying to attack the tower, and fortunately, it did have some crossbows and skirmishers to kill the tower.
And now once the tower is destroyed, they finally target the palisade wall. Alright, so green's an Imperial, yellow's on the way. But yellow has way too few military to fight off both blue and green.
Yep.
Blue's actually ahead in villagers and military. Surprising.
Okay, so Cavaliers on the way for yellow.
So it looks like Maiar will not be dead in this tournament yet.
Yeah, good resistance by Maiar.
And next will be the 4v4. Which I think will be the biggest challenge for Maiar. If Maiar can win the 4v4, then it likely has pretty good chance in the 1v1.
Yes, I agree with you.
Yep, coming back from 1 to 3. It's a pretty big challenge. We'll see if Maiar is up to it.
Yeah, the previous 4v4 was clearly at the advantage of Yggdrasil. It looked quite easy.
I think we did see one of the Maiar flanks had a bad start. Not sure why. But then the other flank didn't find the enemy until late.
Yep. So I think that Maiar will need to have a perfect start. Good civilizations are pockets. But it's still possible anyway. Byzantine, Spanish, Teutonic and Frankish. Okay. It's crazy. Tonight we've got so many games with Paladins.
Yep, every single civilization's a Paladin civ.
Yep. Well.
Byzantine, Spanish, Teutons, and Franks.
Yep. And Maiar is gonna play in the left of the map. We've got Frankish and Teutonic as pocket, which is definitely a great civilization. Other side we've got Frankish and Teutonic pockets too. It means that the Byzantine are gonna be the flanks. I think that the position of the Maiar players are weird. I've got the feeling that blue and teal are gonna be considered as flank, and because green looks to be quite far from orange.
Yeah, teal's certainly closer to purple than blue is.
Yep. So let's say
what
that
happens.
the pockets are gonna be the Frankish and the Spanish for Maiar. And that maybe can work against Yggdrasil. If the two flanks attack the same guy, the purple player, that can be pretty strong.
Looks like teal fell behind a villager or two. I don't know if it was due to boar or what.
Yes, in fact. What's the reason here?
Alright, green and teal are the first to click up to feudal for Maiar. So, seems like teal might be considered the flusher.
Oh, in
We'll see.
fact, yep. Yeah, it's confirmed because green is building actually a second archery range.
Let's see, has green found orange? It has. So I think we'll see green having a good start. Depending on what orange does, orange already has a tower up.
Yep.
But at least we are seeing one Maiar player having a good start. And so now we'll see how Yggdrasil can respond.
Teal did find purple.
Seem to have a lot of wolves in these matches today. Alright, once again we see orange responding with a bunch of villagers.
Yeah, I think that Yggdrasil is overreacting with the villagers, especially when it does have already 4 towers, which are definitely enough to defend against a bunch of skirmishers.
And the orange villagers are keeping green busy.
Yep. Other side, we see that Teal is kind of shy with its army. It's eventually not attacking at all. It's closest to me, which is a purple. And yellow is already coming with 9 knights.
That should kill off most of Teal's skirmishers.
Yeah, it's purely free kill.
Alright, so now it's up to the blue and gray, the pockets. See what they can do. Blue's on the way. See if blue can kill off a bunch of villagers instead of the towers.
Well, it's actually retreating for the TC. It needs to find the lumber camp, I guess.
Teal's responding with some spearmen, and red's knights are in Green's town now. Green's getting a couple of emergency spearmen out, but they didn't stop the knights from killing off a whole bunch of villagers.
Yep. Already 58 units killed by red.
And blue's making some headway, but there's too much back and forth with the knights. Just retreating back and forth and not killing enough villagers.
I'm pretty sure that chain guarding which is coming might help a lot, because the knights will stop retreating from the TC. Okay, that's the case now, so at least blue will manage to kill a lot of villagers from the purple player. And purple is having it.
Meanwhile, red has moved on from green and started attacking gray. Gray has sent some of the knights toward the enemy here.
Oh well.
It'd be better if they had stayed at home.
Yeah, very bad timing for Grey. Let's see what. First, okay, Grey is eventually coming back It's gonna be too late. It's 11 against 23 knights. So of course Husbandry is missing for the totemic, but it's full upgraded with +2 attack, +2 defense, good line.
Got yellow attacking teal again.
Yep.
And teal doesn't have enough military to respond here. Still only has spearmen, no pikemen. And teal sending in villagers to try and build that TC.
I think that yellow should target blue pretty soon now. Well, it looks to be the case already. Interesting. It's 30 military units against 22.
And once again, Yggdrasil's making it look pretty easy in 4v4.
Yep. Yeah, this.
In reality, Maiar has to play its strategy really well for it to be effective against Yggdrasil. The skirmishers are just do no damage against the villagers when the villagers fight back, and that's about its only hope to really win the game unless the flanks decided to attack the pockets instead.
Yes. In fact, Maiar needs a strategy anti-swing. As soon as it detects the swing, it can have another strategy going faster, doing something better than that. At least staying with a bunch of skirmishers is quite useless against Yggdrasil. It's a waste of units and resources. So it looks to be the end of that small final.
Yep, that's what it looks like. Each of the Maiar players are doing the best they can to rebuild, but they can only survive for so long.
Yep, and we've got paladins coming for red.
Cavalier for yellow.
And paladins probably coming soon for yellow too. It does have almost the resources. Yep, paladin is resourced. Okay, so it's
There
official.
we go. GG.
Yep, it's official. Yggdrasil won the small final 4-2. And once again we can see that the slinging strategy is working pretty well. This is a strategy which
Hard to
worked
defend
against Promi, while the trust strategy can be easily countered by villagers reacting with aggressivity. So at this point we can...
Right, now there's only one set left. that's the grand final. Barbarian versus Tribal Warrior.
Yes, exactly.